If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new songs in the description. Let's talk about Drake again and what's up with this new Scary Hours 3 release, because I made a video a couple of days ago, or 2 days ago specifically, on Wednesday when he said that he was gonna have a big announcement to make that day. It didn't quite turn out to be the announcement that I proposed in that video and that a lot of fans were anticipating. It's still a very dope announcement. We're going to look at it today and ask the question when and if Scary Hours will eventually drop now that this has happened. So let's jump straight into this. So the basis for assuming a lot of the stuff that we did was Drake on a Stake stream. You know, Stake is the gambling website, the gambling platform that Drake does ads for. And in this, live stream, there were a couple of things that he said. He said that he was going to have a big announcement coming Wednesday for the city. He added that he appreciates everyone listening to the new album, embracing this new album, Honestly Nevermind and stuff like that, and just, showing love to people. But then the actually interesting part was when he said, it means a lot to me that it's been this many years. People still tuning in, being open and showing a lot of love to, different stuff. I'm back going crazy though. I'm just letting you know right now. I'm in a different bag right now. I promise you. Scary. And people immediately jumped to the conclusion that this has to be Scary Hours 3. This has to be the new EP that's dropping. It has to be, this lead up to a bigger album, because that's what these Scary Hours EPs always are. And so that's why, even myself included, I jumped to that conclusion. He's saying he's in a different bag right now. He's going crazy. He's back going crazy. I promise you, scary. And adding scary to that, I know it could just be like, just randomly saying like, oh, scary. But he knows what he's doing. I don't think that he was oblivious to the fact that if he said the word scary, people were going to start to make theories about this. So Wednesday night came around and we were all anticipating some big, announcement for Scary Hours 3. What actually ended up being announced was October World Weekend, which is not that far in the future. It's 2 weeks in the future. Great event. Is going to be a prequel to OVO Fest, taken an international stage starting in 2023. So this is a dope announcement. It just wasn't quite what we were expecting and what a lot of people were hyped for. But this is a dope announcement. Don't get me wrong. Well, let's actually look at what evidence we still have that Scary Hours 3 is still coming in the near future. And I want to take this back to an interview he did, and I mentioned this in the other video as well, but a Sirius XM show called Table for One, where Drake was guest and he talked about Honestly Nevermind because the album had just dropped. And in this interview, he has a couple of things that is very interesting directly concerning Scary Hours 3. He said, I got another Scary Hours pack coming too, in a little bit. Maybe not right now. I need you to just take this in right now. But I have a Scary Hours. I'm gonna slap some head tops up with the Scary Hours pack. I love this stuff. So here he's referring to Honestly Nevermind, and the people still need to take in Honestly Nevermind as it is right now and just enjoy that. But he does have another Scary Hours pack coming in the near future. He's working on this. He said he's going to slap some head tops up with that. So maybe a reference that is some retribution for not really going hard on the last couple of releases, which I do like. I do like that competitive aspect to it. He went on to say, it might not be that long. Like I said, I'm working on this Scary Hours because, of course they were pressing like, oh, is it coming out this summer? When is it coming out? But he's saying he's working on this. It might not be that long. And this was a month ago. This was on June 17th, if I'm not wrong. I think that was when that album came out, Honestly Nevermind. So he's saying that it's not going to be that long, a month ago. So this, in turn, can definitely mean that we are about to get a Scary Hours 3 pack. This is not confirmed by any means, of course. Drake has also laid out some other plans. For example, in the same interview, the Sirius XM Table for One thing, he talked about having a poetry book with Toronto poet Kansas Samir, who he's been longtime friends and collaborator with. So this book is also coming out. He said this year. Now I want to pull up a comment real quick from my man Ray, who, by the way, does a great job in the Discord. If you're not a part of the Discord yet, make sure you become part of the Discord, greatest hip-hop community in the world. But he, under my last video, commented, some assumptions I've read. We'll first get Scary Hours 3, then the OVO Fest, then the poetry book, and then an album. Now, of course, this doesn't quite hold up to the situation we're dealing with right now because OVO Fest got announced before Scary Hours. But if you just swap the first two, you're saying like, oh, we got OVO Fest now, or like the October World weekend and then OVO Fest next week, but this is basically an equivalent of him announcing OVO Fest. And then we'll get Scary Hours 3 the next, then the book, and then an album, which will be like the sequel to Scary Hours 3, because so far the Scary Hours EPs have always led up to a bigger album. We got Scary Hours 1, then Scorpion. We got Scary Hours 2, then CLB about half a year later. So it's always like a little combination they got going on right there. And I think that this assumption, this kind of release schedule does make some sense. I'm guessing Scary Hours 3 will still drop in the summer. I'm guessing that the book will drop around fall, maybe October, and then the album will be something maybe beginning of next year, like January or something like that, because Drake definitely needs to come back with a great album. We got CLB, wasn't really all that. We got Honestly Nevermind. So he needs to come back with like a big album that people actually consider like a great album. I know that people are still bumping Honestly Nevermind. Don't get it twisted. I see people defending that album, and that's great. I'm happy you like the music, but it's just not something that will go down as one of Drake's best albums. So I'm hoping for a new album. But it is pretty much confirmed that Scary Hours 3 is still coming, so don't lose that hope. Don't, because he just announced OVO Fest or October World Weekend and didn't announce Scary Hours 3 2 days ago. Don't let that discourage you from the fact that it might never drop. It's still going to drop. He confirmed that. He said he's working on this right now. It might not be that long. He said that a month ago. I want to stress that, because if he said it a month ago, it's only like maybe like, I'm guessing August. August could be like a great date to drop a record like that, or an EP, and then we'll get a lot more Drake stuff to hold us over. For example, the book and then the festival, until we're getting a new album, which I'm hoping he has in the works, and I do think he has in the works. So this is the information we have right now. Drake on a couple of interviews on the Table for One, most importantly, and then also the Stake stream where he confirmed that announcement, which then wasn't Scary Hours 3, but still a lot of people got hyped, me myself included, but it's still coming, and I'm really happy about that. And maybe this release plan that Ray posted in the comments might actually turn out to be true. So now I want to know what you think about this. Are you excited for Scary Hours 3? Were you expecting it to drop on Wednesday? What are your expectations for this? What do you hope to see him on there? Do you want him to, slap some head tops off? When do you think the album's coming out? What do you think about the OVO Festival now taking place internationally next year? All your thoughts, theories, and opinions on this, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.